Hello, you all. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. I'm on here to share with you all a few Valentine cards I created, just having some fun in my craft room playing and just seeing what I can come up with. But before I get started, I hope that you're all having a great day. Happy Sunday to you all, and looking forward to the week ahead. It has been really cold here where I live, but the temperature's supposed to be warming up a little bit. So I'm excited about that, like maybe 50s, 60s at the most. But yeah, we had this last weekend we had a snowstorm that came through, and so it was really cold. Like temperatures were low, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you all experienced that as well. But anyway, let me go ahead and just say really quickly that I want to thank all the ones that came over to my last video and watched that video. And subscribe to my channel. I thank you all so much for that. That's the acrylic boards that I altered. I had a lot of fun creating those and just playing and just seeing what I can come up with. So hopefully you guys were able to go to your Dollar Tree and find some of those acrylic boards and create something. So yeah, so I plan on playing with those more. I do have a couple more in my stash and just seeing what I can come up with. Before I get started with sharing with y'all what I made, because I made 4 cards. Before I share with y'all those, I want to share with you all real quickly. I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday, me and my daughters. I wanted to go pick up 4 more of these Crafters Square divided cases. I had picked up 2 of them when I last went a couple weeks ago, and I'm putting my washi tape in them. I actually got rid of a lot of my washi tape that I had, actually all of it, and I have more washi tape coming. These are just Tim Holtz washi tape. I got some Christmas washi tape that I found from franticstamper.com, and then I got some other, well, this is the Christmas one right here, and I know you guys have seen it because it's discontinued, but I actually found some. And then I got some more washi tape here and just some washi tape from Amazon and stuff like that. So I wanted to go ahead and just pick up some more of these storage containers to use for washi, and then, you know, other things that I may want to put in them. So when I went to go pick those up, me and my dog was kind of walking through the store, and I came across these Snack and Stackers by EA Home, if that's how you pronounce it. They're snack boxes. They're 6 compartments, and they were $6. So Dollar Tree is not, as we know, is no longer Dollar Tree. $1.25 and more. But I just thought this would be a great organization here in my craft room, and I like the fact that it has a silicone closure, which makes it really nice, and it seems like it's very, very sturdy. So I just thought I would pick up these just to put in my craft room here and just put some items in here to store. So I did pick up 2 of these. They had this color. They had a green, like a bluish green color, and there's another color. I just can't remember what the color was. I wish they would have had black, but they didn't have any black that I've seen in my store. They may have, but I didn't see it. But yeah, these are the Snack and Stackers by EA Home snack box. And it's 6 compartments. So if you happen to see these at your Dollar Tree or $1.25 and more store, pick those up and use them in your craft room as storage. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and share with you all what I use for my first 2 cards. So I was just playing, you guys, and I finally pulled out, cannot believe it, I finally pulled out my Mink Mini foil machine by Heidi Swapp. I got this from Tuesday Morning several years ago at a very good price. I really miss Tuesday Morning, and so I pulled it out to see what I can play with, so, or come up with by making some cards. So I purchased this foil from Office Supply. This is the pink gold ombre, and so the machine came with gold, so I used gold from the machine that came with the machine, gold foil, and then I used this ombre that I purchased from Office Supply. And then I happened to find, which is now discontinued again, but this is the Heidi Swapp toner ink, and I also purchased the stamp cleaner. So you have to work really, really fast with this. I had seen somebody do a video with this, and I was looking for this ink, and I could not find it, and then I finally found it. I found mine at Walmart.com, but they also had an Office Supply, like a lot cheaper. It was like $3 at Office Supply, but I got mine from Walmart.com for like $7 or something like that. And then I got the cleaner from Office Supply. Like I said, you got to work really, really fast with this if you've never used this before, and it will stain your red rubber ink, red rubber stamps. I'm sorry. So I use those along with this stencil right here from Tim Holtz's THS017. So just a heart stencil, and then I use some Distress Oxide Spray and Picked Raspberry, and then I also use Distress Ink and Kish Flamingo. And then I did use a little bit of the Distress Spritz and Picked Raspberry as well. And I don't have a lot of Valentine items, but I found these dies as I was going through my dies to get rid of ones I don't want, and then, you know, just going through and organizing. And these are some Valentine dies that I have in my stash. And I probably got them from like KS Craft or something like that. I don't remember, but yes, I use those. So let me go ahead and share with you all the first card that I created. So here's the card that I created using that Heidi Swapp Mink ink and the foil. So this is the pink ombre foil that I use. I did cut out just some Tim Holtz craft cardstocks. I love that craft cardstock, and made my own base. So this is a smaller card. And then this is just some regular cardstock paper that I have in my stash. And I did use the Ledger Script CMS 241 by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz for the background. And I stamped it in Archival ink and Pebble Beach. So that's what I did here, if you can see, just to give it something in the background. Once I did my stenciling and my, you know, smushing, ink smushing. And then I cut out the XOXO and Love in the same cardstock, craft cardstock that I had left over from cutting the card base, and put those here. And then, like I said, I did a little spritzing on the card, if you can see. Just, you know, just like I said, just playing. So that's this card. I didn't do anything to the inside. But yeah, so I made that card. And then I also made this card. And I used the, I just did ink smushing on the background, which is the Candy Apple Distress ink. And then I did use a VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink, which I love this ink. This ink is amazing. So I use that for the background. And then I did my foiling here with the Mink machine and the toner ink in black. And then I cut out the word Valentine in black cardstock to put across the center. And this stamp right here is also Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz, and this is the Love Note CMS 477. So that is what I use, and love the way that turned out. So this is my favorite out of the two. So those are those two cards. And then, let's see here. For my next cards, I use this stencil, which is THS036, and this is new in my collection. I just got this yesterday in the mail. Love the roses. And then I also use this stamp as well by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous, Valentine Silhouette, CMS 121. So I use that. And then I also purchased the bundle from Stampers Anonymous. So I got 3 8x8 palette collection in red, pink, and orange, and also the 12x12. So I use a sheet out of each one of these. And then I also use from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I've been purchasing some of these items to use in my crafting. So loving Elizabeth Craft Designs collection that they have. So I use this die right here along with this die. And that's what it looks like if you haven't seen it. And this Lace Heart and Doily 2304. I also use some, let me see. I did use some more of the Archival ink and Pebble Beach. And then I also use Distress ink and Aged Mahogany. And also my VersaFine Clear. I did also use a little bit of this Sizzix Gold Luster Wax, which I love. And some Black Ranger embossing powder. And I think that's it. So let me show you the first card I created. And yes, you guys, I finally pulled out my sewing machine. I haven't used my sewing machine in several years. Because, you know, I stopped doing YouTube for like 2 years. So prior to that, I hadn't used it. And I've been back on YouTube, I think almost 2 years this year. So yeah, so it's been a couple years since I've used my sewing machine. And I actually have forgot, but I just did a little Google and patience and got it going. So I used this background paper right here is from the Red Collection palette, and so I used that, and I did also use that Luxor wax to go around the border of it, just to give it something extra, if you can see that. And then there's that die that I cut out in the craft cardstock in black that says Valentine. And then this right here is some coffee dye paper that I had, that I coffee dyed. And I stamped the stamp here in the background with the VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. And then I heat stamped this right here and heat embossed it with the black embossing powder. And then I did use this heart right here, and I stamped it with the Aged Mahogany Distress ink right here, just as in the background. And I love the way this card turned out. I did do this card twice, but I like this one better. So I was just like, I was playing the first time, and I'm like, let me do it again and change it up. And so that's what I did. And I'm gonna show you. So here's the first card that I did. And so I should have done a little bit different. I mean, I still like it. You know, I did the same thing, but I didn't do the gold around the border. But I did sew it and stamp. But I stamped after it was all done. And I should have done it beforehand because it was just missing something. And so I did use that rose stencil in the background as well with the Aged Mahogany. So that's what you see in the background, which is kind of blended to the back. But it's mixed media. So yeah. So these are the two cards. But of course, I love this one right here. Okay, so I did that card, and then using Elizabeth Craft Design stamp dies and the let me see, what else did I use? I used the Ledger Script. So I did use a Ledger Script again. So here we go, and then this die right here. And so from the pink palette paper collection from Tim Holtz, this is what you see here. I also stitched around it as well. And I did on this card for the coffee dye paper, I did use my Deco Edge trimmer for that, my cutter. And then on this one, I used it for the background and the coffee dyed paper. I cut it with the Deco Edge trimmer. I love that trimmer too. So that's what I did, stitched around it. And then I used black craft cardstock from Tim Holtz to cut out the border die. So I did it in black and right here, but I don't know why I did this upside down. That's the only thing that I did. I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna even do it again. So I just left it like it was, because once it was glued down, I thought about it, I was like, but I couldn't change it. So but that's what I did. And then again, like I said, coffee dye paper background, stamped it with the archival ink and Pebble Beach. And then I did some ink smushing with the Distress Spray Stain Oxide and Pick Raspberry. I did that. I just kind of sprayed it on my mat and then just did some smushing on the background. And then I cut out the scallop heart with the black craft cardstock. And then this is another color from the paper pack, the pink paper palette collection. And then I did some wonky stitching around that. And then this is from the die set that I have that says love. So I cut out the background, and then the inner is some gold craft cardstock from Tim Holtz. And I cut my 2 card bases out of that craft cardstock as well. So yeah, so those are my 2 cards that I created, along with my ones that I created using my Mink ink and machine. So yeah, so those are my projects I want to share with you all. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I had a lot of fun creating these. Like I said, just playing to see what I can come up with. Not necessarily saying I'm going to give these to anybody. This one right here, I think would be not good enough to give to somebody though. I really like this one, and this one too. So yeah, these right here were just more play. I just wish this was the right side up. But anyway, yeah, those are my projects. So I have a lot more projects I've started, you all, that I have not completed. So in due time, those will be shared with you all once they're done. But I thank you all so much for watching. You all have a great rest of your day. Have a great week ahead. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.